When Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei were announced as the favorite couple, the world seemed to pause, allowing for one major question. Was this just another victory, or the beginning of a new legend in the entertainment world? That night was more than just an award ceremony. It was a proving ground for two figures who were slowly but surely stealing the public's hearts. As they walked together on the red carpet, the aura they radiated wasn't just glamorous, but also a warmth that was hard to describe. Cameras followed their every move. The small smiles they exchanged, the glances that seemed to speak silently. It all felt so natural, as if the outside world were merely a backdrop for their unfolding story. It didn't take long for netizens to pick up on that energy. Social media was immediately filled with video clips, candid photos, and wild speculation, further amplifying the couple's appeal. Many said what they were displaying wasn't an act. And indeed, on stage, as they accepted their award, the atmosphere shifted to a more intimate one. There were no exaggerated gestures, no forced words. Just two people who seemed completely at ease with each other. Zhang Linghe, with his calm charisma, displayed a rarely seen gentle side. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei exuded a cheerful charm that further balanced the dynamic between them. The public began to reminisce about their journey. From the first project that brought them together, to the small moments that have now gone viral, everything felt like puzzle pieces that finally formed a complete picture. Many believe that this kind of chemistry can't be forced. It's born of trust, comfort, and perhaps something deeper than just a professional relationship. Behind the scenes, stories circulated only further amplified their attraction. There were laughter caught by chance, small gestures that seemed spontaneous, and silences that felt meaningful. The Favorite Couple award wasn't just a symbol of popularity. It validated the connection felt by millions of viewers worldwide. Fans didn't just see them as characters in a drama. They saw a real possibility, a modern romance blossoming before the public eye. Yet, amidst all the euphoria, the two maintained admirable professionalism. No confirmations, no denials. Only their work and interactions spoke volumes. And that's precisely where its power lies. When something isn't clearly explained, the public's imagination takes over, creating a story far bigger than reality. This phenomenon isn't new in the entertainment industry, but it rarely occurs with this intensity. There's something different, something that makes people want to believe. Perhaps it's because they don't seem to be trying too hard. Everything flows naturally and feels genuine. In an era where so much feels contrived, authenticity is invaluable. And Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei seem to have that. Every time they appear, they're eagerly anticipated, not just for their performances, but to capture the small moments that some might miss. And each time those moments occur, the public is reminded why they fell in love in the first place. This triumph may be just one step in their long journey, but its impact is already profound. It cements their place not just as talented actors, but as symbols of something much broader, a romance that feels real in a world full of scenarios. Ultimately, the question remained, was this just a beautiful coincidence, or the beginning of a love story to be remembered? Clearly, for now, the world chose to believe. And perhaps that was more than enough. The euphoria of victory hadn't subsided even after the stage lights slowly dimmed. Outside the venue, the crowd of fans lingered, hoping to catch one more glimpse of Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei. And sure enough, when the two finally emerged, there was something different. No longer a formal spotlight, but a warmth that felt more real. Their steps were no longer as stiff as they had been on stage. There were small pauses and light laughter that emerged without pressure. The cameras remained open, but this time, what they captured was the most human side of these two superstars. A fan shouted their names, and the two spontaneously turned their heads together. The simple moment went viral within minutes. Many called it unrehearsed synchronization, something that couldn't be faked. In the car that took them away from the set, speculation intensified. Was their conversation still about work, or had it shifted to something more personal? The public could only guess, but that was precisely the allure. The entertainment industry is often filled with on-screen couples who shine only during the duration of a project. But for Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei, the story felt different. as if they weren't bound by time limits or contracts. Some fellow stars even began to make cryptic comments. None directly confirmed it, but enough to make the public even more convinced that there was something special between them. Industry observers began to speak out. They saw this phenomenon as a rare combination of timing, chemistry, and a strong public narrative. A formula that was difficult to repeat, let alone imitate. But behind all that, there was immense pressure lurking. Public expectation can be a double-edged sword, boosting, but also burdensome. Every gesture is now analyzed, every interaction becomes a topic of discussion. And perhaps that's precisely where the story becomes even more compelling. Because amidst the constant spotlight, Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei continue to choose to go their own way, leaving the world guessing, while they continue to create moments that feel too real to be mere acting. Time passes, but the echo of victory seems to have reached its end. Every day, new moments emerge, prolonging the story involving Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei. It's as if the public isn't ready to let go of the feelings that have already grown. Across various platforms, discussions about them are no longer just about awards. The evolving narrative is starting to touch on deeper issues, about how two individuals can complement each other without having to say much. Many feel they see reflections of an ideal relationship in their dynamic. Interestingly, each new appearance never feels repetitive. There's always a small, different detail, something that keeps the public captivated. Whether it's the way they give each other space, or the way they unconsciously draw closer. Some fans have even begun to formulate their own theories. They piece together the fragments of their interactions over time, trying to discern patterns that might be hidden. For some, this was no longer just entertainment, but a story they wanted to believe in completely. But beneath all that, there were also more realistic voices. They reminded them that whatever was seen on camera was still part of the entertainment world. But even those skeptics couldn't dampen the wave of enthusiasm that had already swelled. Because ultimately, what made Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei's story so powerful wasn't just what was seen, but what was felt. An emotional connection that transcended the screen, touching something personal in everyone who witnessed it. And perhaps that's where the magic lies. When a story no longer needs confirmation to survive, because it has already found its place in the hearts of many, a story that will continue to be talked about, even when the stage lights have long gone out.